Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. A few logistical items before we get started. All attendees are on mute. This session is being recorded and you'll be able to access the replay on our website after the event. The past few months have proven to bring many challenges to our students with uncertainties about summer internships, employment opportunities, and the question of whether school would resume this fall. With more and more conferences and college career fairs pivoting to virtual platforms, the semester is certainly going to look different than any previous years as we all work towards both adjusting and succeeding in a virtual climate. I'm Grace Grant, Senior Vice President of Chapter Operations, joined by my colleague, Alyssa Bouchard, Director of Education and Programming. Gamma Iota Sigma is here to make sure you're equipped for this new kind of recruiting season. Today, we'll give you a glimpse at what to expect with virtual conferences and events, how to navigate them, maximize your exposure to the insurance industry, and hopefully land that dream job or internship. We have also created the employer equivalent of this guide to help our corporate partners navigate the shift to the virtual climate and better engage with you. At this time, I'll turn it over to Alyssa, who will get us started with best practices to implement prior to a virtual event.
Thank you, Grace, and thanks to all the students who are joining us today. We hope you'll find this resource valuable as you prepare to search for jobs and internships in a virtual recruiting season. Here's what our program will look like today. We will cover what to do before the event to prepare, what to do the day of to navigate the event, and what to do after the event to follow through with your engagement. We'll also give you a sneak peek of Gamma Iota Sigma's virtual annual conference, which will be held next month. We'll share some additional resources with you, and then we'll provide an avenue at the end of the presentation for you to reach out if you have any follow-up questions. So let's get started. First of all, preparation is key when it comes to participating in these virtual career fairs and industry events. And there are a number of things that you can and should do before the event to prepare. Before the event, you'll want to confirm that you're registered. Find out if you need to register yourself or if your Gamma Iota Sigma advisor will register students as a group, which may happen in some cases, depending on the conference or the event. And do that well in advance of the conference. Take care of that registration. And then once you're registered, read that confirmation email carefully and follow any additional instructions that are often provided in that email. And be sure to save it for future reference as well. Test the event access. You may need to download or install add-ons to get access to the virtual conference software. So do that in advance, and also be sure to keep your username and password on hand for the event. Download the conference app. And not all conferences will offer an app for their event, but if they do, it usually has some really helpful information like the agenda, speaker bios, attendee profiles, a list of exhibitors, and other key information. You'll also want to complete your participant profile. And this is usually done either through the conference app or when you register for the event. It will prompt you usually to add your headshot, bio, resume, connect your LinkedIn profile, or add other details. And that really makes it easy for employers, exhibitors, and other attendees to find and connect with you virtually at the event. Also review the event agenda. Know which sessions you plan to attend and actually add those to your calendar so you have a schedule. I would encourage you to participate in everything you possibly can. Don't just join for a session or two or just for the career fair, but if you are able to, really plan a robust schedule for the virtual conference and take advantage of those opportunities to expand your network and your industry knowledge. Also be sure to schedule some breaks for yourself throughout the event for food, water, the restroom, stretching. These can be long days, so give yourself time to break and rest in there. And check your technology as well. Confirm that your headphones, microphone, webcam, laptop, and other technology is all in working order prior to the event. And it's a good idea to restart your laptop or a day or two before the event to allow time for system updates that might slow down your computer. Also, before the event, you'll want to make a game plan for the career fair or exhibit hall. Review the list of organizations participating and rank those by priority. You will probably not have time to visit every booth, most likely. So know your companies that are your must-sees so you can make the most of your time at the event. Also consider engaging with companies and professional associations you might not already be familiar with. Typically, associations will attend these virtual conferences and career fairs, and they're not usually recruiting for jobs or internships, but they do have a lot of amazing resources, networking opportunities, and membership benefits. So identify a few professional associations that you might be interested in and put those on your must-see list. Once you have that must-see list, research those target companies. Familiarize yourself with their backgrounds, their specialties, recent news or current events that's happened, that's going on with the company. Create a list of questions to ask the booth representatives about the company's culture, about their career opportunities, training, resources, and so on. So when you visit that booth, you can demonstrate that you already have some knowledge about the company and you're eager to know more. Prepare your elevator pitch in advance as well. And this should be around 45 to 60 seconds. It might include your school, major, class year, internship experience if you have it, your career interests. Be brief, but share something unique about yourself to help people remember you. Also review the attendee list. Make note of the conference attendees you want to meet or reconnect with at the event. Send them a message through the conference app if that's an option or through LinkedIn. And just explain your interest in connecting with them at the event or let them know you'll be stopping by their booth and you look forward to meeting them. And finally, consider other items needed on the day of the event. Something to take notes with, a copy of your resume, the event agenda, those notes with your research on your target companies. It's a good idea to print those things and have that in front of you for a quick reference. How can you optimize your participation on the day of the event? Before the event starts, you will want to prepare your space and take care of this a few hours before the event starts. Find a quiet and comfortable space for attending the conference, preferably someplace that you can close the door if possible. Set up a neutral and professional background, something that's not distracting, not inappropriate, and it's a good idea to preview your screen and be aware of personal items that may show up. Make sure it's something you wouldn't mind a potential future employer seeing. Also, make sure the camera is positioned well to show from your shoulders up, and make sure your space is well illuminated as well so that conference attendees can clearly see your face during any video interactions. Double check just to make sure you have all the technology and information that you need within reach, and also have water and a snack ready. Conference days can be long. It can sometimes feel like a marathon. There certainly is a lot going on, so be ready to refuel if you need to. And just a quick note on this, if your event starts early in the morning, around 8 or 9 a.m., you may want to take care of all of this the day before the event so you're adequately prepared and you're not scrambling the morning of the conference to prepare your space. Check your Wi-Fi bandwidth. A bad internet connection can be so frustrating, and it can make or break your audio or video conversations with your prospective employers. So try to sit close to the router, turn Wi-Fi off on unused devices to free up that bandwidth, and ask your housemates to refrain from streaming during the event. Check your technology again. We're all dealing with technology right now and can run into issues. So just make sure that your laptop is fully charged and make sure you have other equipment. It's all fully functional before you actually log into the event. Dress to impress. Some conference hosts will specify a recommended dress code for the event, typically either business casual or business professional. If they don't specify, just wear business professional attire. That's typically a suit or a business professional dress with a blazer. So dress the part. Do that from head to toe as well. No PJ pants, even though that can certainly be tempting. Dress the part from head to toe. And minimize any potential distractions. Close other tabs on your computer so that the virtual conference platform is the only thing in front of you. It's a good idea to turn off notifications on your phone so that you're not distracted there, and try to anticipate anything that might come up throughout the day. Roommates, pets, family members, let them know you're participating in a virtual conference and ask them to give you some peace and quiet if possible so you can really maximize your participation in the event. Now, when the event starts, you'll want to build your network. You'll want to visit the career fair or exhibit hall, and you'll also want to participate in sessions. Let's talk about building your network first. Networking is such an important part of conferences and events, and you may meet people at that event who are your future colleagues or clients, even your future boss. So take advantage of virtual networking lounges, chat rooms, or other opportunities to network at the conference. Virtual conferences offer a variety of communication methods to connect with other attendees. It might be a text-based chat, audio calls, video calls, or potentially a combination of the three. So if you have meetings or interviews scheduled during the conference, confirm in advance. Just know whether they're text, audio, or video meetings. And don't be afraid to reach out and introduce yourself to other conference attendees. Employers, exhibitors, they are so excited to meet students. They're looking forward to meeting you. So take that initiative, jump in, share your elevator pitch when joining new conversations, and ask some thoughtful questions like, what do you do at your company, and what do you like about working for your company? Are you involved in professional associations? Those are some good starter questions to really build your network. And when joining conversations, also be aware of your audience. Is it a direct message? Is it a group conversation? Because virtual conference platforms will usually offer both. So be aware of who and how many people you're talking to virtually. And then if you plan to reconnect with someone you meet after the event, establish the best way to do so before signing off, whether that's LinkedIn, email, or another contact method. You'll also want to, of course, visit the career fair or the exhibit hall at the virtual conference. When you enter a booth, don't wait for a representative to address you. Say hi and go ahead and give them your elevator pitch. Specify why you're dropping by the booth. Why are you interested in the organization? Are you interested in a specific office or a specific product line that they offer? This is a great opportunity to demonstrate that you've done your research and you're really interested in the company. Ask questions about the company and its opportunities, any resources, benefits of involvement if it's a professional association. And if the conversation goes well, you may want to consider exchanging contact information with that booth representative. Sometimes that will be made available through their conference profile in the app or in the virtual conference platform. And then before you leave, confirm the next steps. Do you need to apply online? Will they be circling back to you about an interview? Find out what you need to do after the event in order to move forward so you can take those necessary steps. And then participate in keynotes, professional development sessions, educational sessions, as many as you possibly can to expand your knowledge of the industry. It's a good idea to when joining sessions, join a few minutes early before any presentation starts, just in case you run into any technology issues. Be sure your microphone is muted when you're joining a session. Take notes on the session. This can help you stay alert. It can allow you to absorb the key information and use that knowledge in the future. And during the presentation and while you're taking notes, identify a couple of questions you could ask the speakers during the Q&A portion of the program and write those down so you've got them handy for the end of the presentation. Try to avoid the urge to check email or open other browsers during the presentations. These educational opportunities are for your benefit. So make the most out of it and dedicate that time to expanding your knowledge of the industry. Many virtual conference platforms will also allow you to rate sessions either during or immediately after that session. So do that while it's still fresh in your mind. Share it with the conference host. What did you like about the session? What would you have liked to learn more about? And then also during the event, you'll want to collect information. Often sponsors and exhibitors will share digital handouts or videos or other information at their virtual booths. The Gamma Iota Sigma Annual Conference, for example, has a digital swag bag that you can add resources to and access after the conference. So save those resources and review them later. And keep a list of action items during the conference. Think about how you want to follow through and use that information and use the contacts you've acquired at the conference. For example, maybe a booth rep asked you to submit an online application for their internship program. Add that to your list. Maybe you attended a property insurance session and you want to do some more research on your own and see if that could be a good career path for you. Write down those action items so you can check them off your list later. And now I'm going to hand it over, back over to my colleague Grace Grant to talk about what to do after the event to follow through with your participation.
Thank you, Alyssa. Now that the event has concluded and you've actively expanded your network, built your industry knowledge, and successfully researched employment opportunities, there are still a few critical steps for a thorough experience for both you and potential employers. First and foremost, take the time to follow up with your new contacts. This will show them that you appreciate their time and you value the chance to connect with them. It will also present an opportunity to share any last-minute details for them to answer any final questions you may have. You could follow up by way of email or by requesting to connect on LinkedIn. It's always a good idea to send a follow-up thank you note to anyone who spent significant time engaging with you or interviewing you during the conference. This not only shows that you recognize the time that they spent with you, but it also creates another touch point to connect and expand upon the relationship. Take the time to revisit your conference to-do list and complete those items within 2 to 3 business days of the event. It's always helpful to the conference hosts to hear from their attendees. Your feedback is invaluable in informing future events, whether it's by offering praise or sharing areas of improvement. So keep your eye out for any post-conference surveys and spend a few minutes filling it out. Next, we are excited to share a sneak peek at our upcoming annual conference. The Gamma Iota Sigma team is thrilled to present the 49th Annual International Conference, September 24th to the 25th, through use of an interactive virtual platform called vFairs. This platform will allow for an engaging and dynamic experience for all attendees by means of video conferencing, live-streamed educational sessions, and swag bags for ease of gathering online resources. Registration is currently open for this event. When you enter the vFairs lobby, you will be able to explore the event much like you would in person by visiting the auditorium for educational sessions and the exhibit hall to connect with booth representatives during the career fair. Throughout the virtual venue, you will notice banners with logos acknowledging Gamma Iota Sigma's sustaining partners. These are companies who have made a 3-year financial commitment to support Gamma Iota Sigma. Once you have entered the exhibit hall, you will be able to explore different booths representing insurance companies, professional associations, and other partners of GIS. At this time, you can also build your personal swag bag where you can pick and choose which items you'd like to save for future reference. Don't forget to swing by the Iota Sigma booth to learn about all the exciting opportunities and ways to engage with the Grant chapter. Throughout the exhibit hall, you will have the option to connect with employers through audio, video conferencing, or through a text-based chat function. When you visit the auditorium, you will be directed to live Zoom sessions with keynote speakers featuring prominent industry leaders, dynamic panels covering critically important industry topics, and educational sessions exploring industry trends, challenges, and opportunities. These sessions are a don't miss opportunity for all students. Given the delivery of a virtual format, we are thrilled to be able to open the conference to all students interested in pursuing a career in insurance. So please help us and spread the word. Invite your members and join the largest network of collegiate talent in the country in this must-attend conference. At the cost of just $25 per GIS member and $100 for non-GIS members, you gain access to all of these great resources and opportunities for industry engagement. We are also offering a package deal to students who are attending a school without a GIS chapter. For just $75, these students can enroll as an at-large member and gain conference access. A silver lining to the virtual delivery is the ease and affordability of access to students and employers across the country. We encourage you to attend, to engage, connect, and expand your network with both potential employers, industry partners, and your fellow student peers. By expanding your industry knowledge and building your professional network, you will be well prepared for a career in the insurance industry. In addition to this, conference registration also grants you access to 2 virtual career fairs in October, one on October 6th and one on October 20th. So don't wait. Register for this great opportunity today. Before we conclude, we wanted to briefly remind you of all the opportunities available to you as a GIS member. In these unprecedented times, career support and opportunities to engage and build your network are of the utmost importance. Be sure to visit the GIS website for access to a career center offering internship and job postings, in addition to professional development resources, scholarships, career resources, and many other opportunities to engage with GIS. One of the greatest benefits of joining GIS is the access it affords to our professional association partners. Check out the GIS Professional Association Guide on the Iota Sigma website for a comprehensive list of professional association partners and to learn about the many ways in which they engage with students through online resources, conferences, scholarships, and more.
And I'll just add a couple of additional resources for you, our students, as you prepare for this virtual recruiting season, career fairs and conferences coming up. Gamma Iota Sigma employer partners post their job and internship openings in our Career Center throughout the year, but especially in the weeks preceding the annual conference. So we encourage you to apply through the Career Center for those positions before the annual conference, and then reference those jobs and internships when visiting booths and let the company reps know that you applied. The Gamma Iota Sigma Professional Development Series is an exclusive resource for GIS members, and it offers tools for personal branding, navigating the job marketplace, and business professionalism. This course has a brand new bonus module on virtual professionalism, and that includes virtual networking, virtual job searching, and virtual work best practices. We really encourage students to complete this course before the conference, if possible before any virtual conference you might be attending this fall. You can check our website or student newsletter for more information about how to access this resource. That concludes our program today. We want to make ourselves available for any follow-up questions that you may have. So you can see on the screen here our email addresses. For my email address as well as my colleague Grace Grant. Please reach out with any questions and let us know if there's any additional ways that we can support you as you prepare for the virtual conference season. This is, as Grace mentioned, is being recorded. Please feel free to share this resource with your friends, Gamma members, non-Gamma members, anyone who may be pursuing insurance careers and through a virtual conference format this fall. Thank you so much. Hope everyone has a great day.